Okay, class, who can tell me what the national anthem is? Who's been to a football game or a basketball game and heard that pretty song about America where all the adults put their hand on their heart? Well, that's our national anthem. That's a song for America that celebrates our freedom and our country as a whole. And so today we're going to go over the national anthem. We're going to learn why it's important. We're going to learn some of the history, where it came from. If you remember from our history lesson last week, we went over the War of 1812. Well, in 1814 we were still at war with England. They came over and were attacking all of our harbors. Well, they went to Fort McHenry, which is the harbor at Baltimore, Maryland. So they were over on the fort, and they were just bombing and throwing rockets over on to Fort McHenry. Well, one of our Americans, Francis Scott Key, was over on a British warship. He'd gone over to get one of our guys off the ship for some reason, and they wouldn't let them come back. So he was stuck on the ship, and he was just watching all day long. This was the whole day that they threw bombs over on Fort McHenry. And he was just waiting. He was just watching for the flag. He was making sure that the flag was still waving all through the night. He was using the lights from the bombs to see if the flag was still waving. Well, come the next morning at dawn's early light, he looks up and sees that the flag is still waving. He is so happy to see that they're victorious and to see that they've won the battle that he writes a poem. Much like we did last week when the seasons changed, when fall came and we wrote a poem about what we were excited about with fall. He did the same thing in this situation. It just happened to become a big poem. He named it the Star-Spangled Banner. He went through and taught about the entire night, how he woke up the next morning, and how excited he felt, how much pride he had for this wonderful song. And so, what we're going to do next is, if you turn to the second page of the handout I gave you, we've got the Star-Spangled Banner here. I'm going to go over just a little bit some of the words that you may not know what they mean, and then I'm going to play it for you, and I want you to try to sing along if y'all can kind of catch up with the tune. But let's see. Of course, the first part of it, where I said a second ago, "Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light." It talks about he wakes up first morning and, of course, can see everything. What so proudly we hailed that we're still, in the twilight's last gleaming. We were victorious. We were victorious at the end of the battle, is what he meant by that. Whose broad stripes and bright stars, of course, that's the flag. Bright stars and bright broad stripes. Through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched. That means over the ramparts. Ramparts being like a big hill, like a big embankment, where the soldiers would sit up to watch. That would be like the vantage point. That's where you want to be, is up on this hill. And the rockets red blaze, bombs bursting in air. Of course, you know what that means. Gazed proof through the night that our flag was still there. That's how he would look over, and he could see by the light that the flag was still there. Oh, say does that Star-Spangled Banner yet wave? It's still there. It's still waving over the land of the free and the home of the brave. Such a beautiful song. And of course, later on, the poem of the time, he named the Star-Spangled Banner. Later, they put it to a tune of a song that America already knew. I can't quite remember it right now. I'll get that for y'all though if y'all want that. And for a long time, it was just a patriotic song, much like God Bless America. Those songs that we sing, "This land is my land, this land is your land." All those songs. It was one of those songs until in 1931, Continental Congress decided to make it the national anthem. And today it's still the national anthem. And so we're going to go over that. We've gone over that, so now I'm going to play this for y'all. If y'all have any questions or anything, y'all can try to wait until after. Okay, is everybody good? Does everybody have one? Alright, good. I think I've got to start this over, y'all. Let me look. Yeah. Alright, y'all ready?
Strength
Okay. Well, if y'all don't have any questions or anything, all good? Okay. Well, later on this week, we're going to go over some more of this, the patriotic stuff. But I really want y'all to really think about this lesson. I want y'all to go home, talk to your parents about it, kind of brag about something that we've learned today, more about the War of 1812, about this battle in 1814 where the national anthem was written. I mean, that's an important day. The national anthem is an important part of our history, something to be proud of. Next time y'all hear the song, if y'all are out somewhere, try to remember. I want y'all to come back and let me know that y'all heard it and you could feel that pride that that I talked about, and really want y'all to feel proud to be a part of this country, and that's why we're going to have this lesson. Later on, we're going to talk more about different parts of history, of course, even after the War of 1812, and we're even going to talk about how this in the Civil War was especially important, and that's when they decided to make this a national anthem. So, if anybody doesn't have any questions or anything? Alright, good. Well, everybody put all their handouts up. Y'all ready to go to lunch? Alright, cool, y'all.